The Painful Excellence Podcast.
Absolutely. Yep. Snuffed y'all with that, didn't I? That's all right. That's my new intro, my new outro. We changing things up in 2025. When the audience speaks, I listen. Also, there's things that I'm doing to maneuver around certain things that YouTube has taken upon themselves to do. So we're on the right side of things. So we're gonna see what's doing, and I'm open to constructive criticism. I'm open to critique, as long as it's in a respectful manner and it's not being done in a clownish form. I'm not slow. I will pick up on that, but now the ball's in the court of the person who said, "Oh, well, your intro's kind of long, but we'll see what's doing." I didn't know my intro was. I thought my intro was pretty dope, but I didn't do it wholly because of the person that mentioned that, because he's a new viewer. I did it because YouTube was giving me attitude in reference to the music in which I purchased. Long story. I can't use it. They just give me a prolonged issue when I do use it. So I will be using that intro on my Patreon, and I just shortened it for YouTube. Fair enough? Cool. But what we're going to do is we're going to focus on the content. Drew Titan, Bronx on deck. Shout out to the mighty LDBC. This is the Painful Excellence Podcast. Ice, baby. And you know, I really want to just have that song playing in the back. Just that part. Ding, 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 ding. That's really, I believe that's really David Bowie. But, you know, YouTube is a weird place. Let's do this roll call. We're going to have a conversation. We're going to have a nice conversation. Sheila, salute, Queen. How are you? She's at ICE over here in Puerto Rico, sweeping up. Oh, I had coffee with several ICE agents the other night because my neighbor, as he was getting deported, told them I was illegal Venezuelan. Wow. I gave ICE some pastries. It looked like they needed a snack, and I showed them my info and went their way and appreciated my hospitality. These people are mad because we're not defending them. Why should we? We're going to talk about all of it. We're going to talk about all of it. And salute to you, Queen. That is awesome. And thank you for doing that. Tone Brown, salute. Chilltown Majors. Derek Gaines, the legend, salute. Peter the Great, Brother Reef in the building. Salute Jimmy Bernard. What up? Lamar Griffith. Sam Mack. Rod Neal in the building. Bill D. Mr. Shelton. Salute. Shogun. A. Hardy. Salute. Houston in the building 2 times. Melanin. What's going on, Queen? The International Quiet Storm. Salute to you, good brother. Mr. Tiptoe in the building. Welcome down, Ram. Let's get it, y'all. Let's get it. I'm riding with Ice. I got Ice skates. Ice Baby. Their least favorite rapper is Ice-T. They hate Ice Cube, and they don't put no ice cubes in their damn drinks. Out of all the X-Men, they hate Bobby Drake, aka Iceman. They don't like nothing about Ice. Stormy, salute. They don't like nothing about Ice. They don't like ice skating. They don't like ice cream. Mac of the South, salute. Yeah, man. and I'm riding with ICE. You know why? Brother, big brother in life, salute. Here's the deal. I'm going to keep it simple here. I don't want to get too deep into, people start, doing all kinds of, math and showing facts and, half facts. I'm going to get deep into this thing. I am going to get deep into it because there's other things that they're trying to ride with. I saw something, exactly. They don't like diamonds. They don't like people iced out. It's crazy. LA, they're rioting or protesting with flags. Can I ask you a question? They hate Marlon so Icy Sims. Yeah, exactly. Let me ask you a question. If you're here illegally, what the hell are you protesting? I mean, humor me. What are you, Dirt Game Boss Lou? What are you protesting if you're here illegally? Make that make sense. And furthermore, you're waving the flag of the country that you don't want to go back to.
Whoa! What?
Why are you waving the Venezuelan flag when you don't want to go back there?
Don't!
Why are you waving the Mexican flag when you don't want to go back there?
What?
Why are you waving the Argentine flag if you don't want to go there?
What?
But you come here, and I'm not saying all of them, but even the ones that are not breaking the law, y'all know who the criminals are. Y'all know how they operate. Y'all see it right here, and y'all exercising this no snitching, and they running around America. And how are we supposed to deal with this? Guess what? Y'all didn't want to deal with it. And I didn't have to fence with you. Both y'all here illegally. What the hell? Yeah, Mike Lewis, we ain't paying attention to that. If they protesting in the street out here, ICE gonna roll up on them and be like, yeah, we ain't telling you can't protest. Let me see some ID though. Shogun, what up? Gnarly Ray. You can protest. Go to that protest so they can get pictures of you. Go ahead. Sheila says, oh, Venezuelans are now saying they're Puerto Ricans. You see that? Did y'all even know that? I always wondered. I said, man, we got it. Like, it's a little crazy up here. I wonder what it's like in Puerto Rico because Puerto Ricans are Americans. I just knew that they're down there, and I don't exactly know who's down there, but she's saying, I'm not there, she's there. She's saying Venezuelans. There might be Argentinians there. Now look, and this is not racist or nothing like that, but I'm black. I'm Black American or African American, whatever you want to call me, right? I can't tell them apart. They can though. Dudes on my job do it all the time. The Dominicans say, no, he's not Dominican. He's Panamanian. Huh? I don't know. They know when they talk. To me, it all sounds Spanish to me. No, to them, you know what it is? Put it like this. Puerto Rican Spanish is to a Spaniard Spanish, like from Spain, like how we speak English and how we listen to Anthony Joshua speak English. It's different. That's how they can tell. In Spain is the real Spanish. Argentine is different from Venezuelan, is different from Puerto Ricans, is different from Dominicans. It's all different. Shauna, what up? I don't know about Joe Townsend, salute. I don't know what's going on, Shauna, anything about what you're saying. I don't know about that. What I do know is this, one thing at a time. The illegals gotta go, man. And I don't have no qualm saying that, man. I don't care. They got to go. They have to go. They absolutely have to go. They have to go. They have to go. First of all, what are they called? Illegals. What does that mean when it's illegal? It's the opposite of legal, right? What planet am I on? Earth. Illegal, right? Does that mean you stay? Thank you, welcome down, Ram. It's against the law. So you want us, and again, this, Masamusa, what up? Again, this is ridiculous. In what universe do you feel you could protest to stay in a country in which you broke the law to get here in the first damn place? Nothing about this makes sense. Nothing. Nothing. You see, it was all good about 2 months ago when y'all was getting basically welfare. Y'all was getting food, y'all was getting shelter, y'all was getting things in abundance that working folk don't get. Exactly, Ram. 10 black people can't get together in a group to even play a game of basketball. It only takes but five on five. And you be on the court with a ball and they'll still come up, hey, what are y'all doing? So all this whining and crying that they're doing, all this whining and crying that they're doing, one more time, all this whining and crying that they're doing, guess what? Y'all ready for this? This is your Negro wake-up call.
Whoa! What the What?
You heard me? This is your Negro wake-up call. How you feel now is how we felt on this soil for over 400 years. See, the thing is, again, I ain't gonna have to review the 14th Amendment. The president done broke it down what it is already. But that don't apply to you clowns. And let me be very clear. Stop acting like you're getting bullied. I'm talking to the Latinos. Stop acting like you're getting bullied. Because when we've been getting shot, stabbed, and ICE has been real nice to y'all. ICE rhymes with nice. Been real nice to y'all. I don't recall, I've seen videos of people getting put inside cars and carted off into planes. Very respectful. I haven't seen no knees on y'all neck. I haven't seen y'all in no chokeholds. Hell, even when they caught the Haitian dude, he was in cuffs. They didn't beat his ass. So y'all still are getting respected. You see, when that was happening to us with the police, listen, I didn't look for y'all, but I'm just wondering, for y'all to be mad at us saying, you know, we ain't got nothing to do with this. Y'all look past the white folk clowning y'all, because I've seen equal amount of white folk clowning y'all for getting deported. I seen it. Y'all look past that and went right to the black people. What are y'all laughing at? What are y'all saying? We don't need your help. All right, we just reminded y'all, don't come this way. Don't come this way. Y'all got this. Y'all are united and everything else. And dude said, oh, we Mexicans are not alone. We got Nicaraguans. We got Argentinians and Venezuelans. Yeah, cool. Form like Voltron. Y'all good. Wait, where's my Voltron at?
Activate interlock. Dynatherms connected. Infracells up. Mega thrusters are go. Go! Voltron force!
Habla Espanol force. Okay, if you will. Cool. He said, get your popcorn ready. We're going to make it work. Make what work? You're going to... Okay, let me get this straight. You're going to stay here and break the law? Are you going to give courses on how to get into the country legally? That's how you make it work. But don't start talking like you're going to do something, like you're going to, like it's some sort of, that sounds like a threat to me, bro. And I promise you're not going to win that. You're not going to win that. 14th Amendment don't apply to you, man. It applies to my ancestors on both sides of my family. Stop it, dude. Stop it. What you finna do? Nothing. You just whining. Did you make the same PSA to the white folk that was clowning you, calling you subhuman? Ain't no black folk hopping the fence to come to your country. They hop on Spirit Airlines and go over there to get drunk because y'all got cheap liquor. What you mean? Talking about, oh, the black folk came there and we helped y'all. Some of us died for y'all. Shut up. No, you didn't. Your history's fucked up. And by the way, I know what you did with the black folks that stayed in Mexico. There's a whole town down there. I played it on my show before. There's a whole black Mexican town down there, and y'all consider them subhuman. Please don't play with me. I know what time it is. Ozell's, you're exactly right. He says there was no solidarity when Devin got cheated. Now they want all of us to forget that happened to help him. Exactly, bro. Little things like that. Yeah, girl, I'm out of control with that, with the Vanilla Ice, with the manga hat. Yeah, Zell, little things like that. I'm still listening. Oh, left hook, left hook, left hook. I'm not concerned about the knuckle draggers because they lost N-words. But I can't find too many Latinos that are not siding with Ryan. See, it's little things like that. Little things like that. I'm not going to forget any of that, man. What are you, crazy? So ICE is on their job. And shout out to Sheila letting us know what's going on in Puerto Rico. Venezuelans are disguising themselves as Puerto Ricans, man. That's what they doing? Nah. Then he trying to snitch. You know, she's a migrant too. Nope. American. And she gave them some snacks and they went on their way. What I can't believe, you know what these cats need to do? They need to stand in the pocket and say, you know what? Not all the migrants are bad people. Pinball player, salute. Not all the migrants are bad people. It's going to be hard to differentiate between the good, honest, working ones that want a better life for themselves. And we do got a lot of criminals running around here. So what we're going to do neighborhood watch. We're going to tell on the criminals because they don't represent all the migrants. And again, I can't understand you know, you're not a citizen here, but you're protesting, waving a flag to a country that don't want you and you don't want to go back. Stop acting like your country didn't empty prisons and send these, man, they live in swell over there. We got all y'all criminals. Your jails are empty. Crazy stuff. But I want y'all to listen to this. Listen to this, y'all. Fair use.
New York City ICE raids have taken dozens of illegal migrants into custody, including suspected gang members and accused killers. Yet a massive migrant shelter that would house 2,000 men is still slated to open in NYC next month. Angry residents, they're speaking out.
I have never been afraid in South Bronx. I am now terrified. I'm terrified for me, for my students. I will have to move.
As literally someone that has lived this experience personally, you should be ashamed. It is not okay for you to take our tax money.
Ken Janello is the ICE acting deputy director, and he joins us now. Ken, thanks so much for joining the program. I know you don't know much about the shelter, but I do know that there's a lot of criminal aliens in New York City. How is this going to make it difficult with New York being a sanctuary city for your job?
Now, I want you guys to understand something. Yeah, exactly, Joe. Miguel's out here acting crazy. I want you to understand something. All of this was happening when who was in the White House? I'm just pointing out a fact, man. I'm just pointing out a fact. Whoever's in the seat gets the blame. All this fence hopping happened while Kamala was in office. See, I told y'all, I'm not a Trump guy. But I looked at Kamala and I know exactly where the fumble happened. I know exactly where the fumble happened. And I was just watching this. I wasn't on here talking about, oh, you know, F Kamala. I was just pointing out simple things like, yo, y'all cool with this? Y'all cool with no vote, no vucking? This is how you gonna get our vote? Y'all cool with going to Trump's websites and he got policies lined up, and then you go to hers and for like the first 30 days, oh, you saw his merch for sale? I said, y'all cool with this? I said, she's messing up, man. Y'all cool with every time that they asked her a question and wanted her opinion on how to fix things, she started talking about Donald Trump? Y'all cool with that? I said, she's messing up. She's messing up. Yep. Election night.
Good night.
Body bag. Body bag. So now he's in here doing what he said he was going to do. Listen, y'all should have had an issue when all of y'all turned on the news and saw those migrants jumping on those 3 cops. One of them was a cop of rank, a sergeant. And I want y'all to understand something. If those cops went, did y'all watch that and wonder why they didn't pull their guns out? Do y'all wonder that? My gosh, bro. I'll say this, New York and NYPD, out of all law enforcement in the country, I'm going to say that NYPD is least likely to do you dirty. Least likely. Not to say that they do. Not to say that they don't, but they're least likely to do you dirty. And I know that I can't breathe and all this other stuff that happened. But I'm saying they're least likely. Do you know why? Boy, if you pull that gun, you got to be able to explain that 8 ways to Sunday, man. And that was an instance where I felt I'm watching this from a different perspective that a lot of y'all are. And I'm like, man, you know what? In my opinion, deadly physical force was an option because their lives was in danger. Their lives was in danger, but you know what prevented them from doing that? The whole time they were thinking, man, I shoot one of these guys, I know it's a migrant, it's going to turn into something else, and I'm going to be plastered all over the damn news. They're going to accuse me of being racist and everything else. And if one of those guys was Latin, they're going to be calling me a sellout. It's going to be hard for me to go home. I got to think about my kids in school. And that's why they stood there and took the ass whooping instead of pulling out their gun. I'm telling you, that's what's going through their head. I'm telling you. And the result was they got jumped and beat up. They caught the kids that did it, and they were released. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? And we supposed to deal with this? You can't be serious, man. You can't be serious. When y'all saw that, you should have said to yourself, oh man, it's a new day now. They're getting away with that? All migrants in the country saw that and say, man, we're going to get away with that. And not too much longer after that, we heard about Denver, Colorado. the dudes ran up in there and took over a whole housing complex. And guess where they caught dude? The mastermind is only a 25-year-old kid. And guess where they caught him? In my city, in my borough, the Bronx. They caught him. They said, this is the guy that organized that thing in Colorado. I said, what? That's him? Little dweeb. And I'm going to tell you something else. The people that lived in that building didn't know that there was organized crime happening in there. And that dude comes from a gang. I forgot the name. But what they're known for is threatening you with harm to your family. Now imagine you got a teenage daughter coming home from school and she just don't show up. And then he come knocking on the door. Mira. She's in my apartment right now, but if you don't get right, if you don't let us hide our guns and drugs in here, next time we ain't sending her home. This is how they do. They've been in the dude that they knocked on the door. They said, Anwar, what up? They knocked on the door. They said, what's it called? Tren de Aragua? Okay, well, they could Tren de Aragua their ass out. Get out. When that Mexican dude or Mexican-American dude made that video, did he factor all of this shit in? That's a Venezuelan gang. There's an Argentine, and you know what they do? When they go to these shelters, they recruit. So he's absolutely right. The Mexicans aren't alone. Migrants are migrants are migrants are migrants. Guess what, y'all? When Africans were clocked upside their head and brought here against their will, whether they were sold by other Africans or brought over here by force, do you think they all spoke the same language? No. A Nigerian doesn't speak the same language as someone from Ghana. And they don't speak the same language as someone from the Togo or Zimbabwe. It's different dialects everywhere. But when they got to a continent, they had to learn a language so they could communicate. What are we talking about here? So when these guys connect, they do speak the same language. And what do they say? We have one thing in common. We trying to stay. We trying to eat. We trying to come up. This is the land of the free, home of the brave. We was in prison for doing what we was doing. This is a new day right here. So now, let's hit the reset button and let's get right. Roll with us. New country, same bullshit. And guess what? If you don't roll with them, go to sleep on that cot. You might not wake up. Imagine, in this day and age, this isn't a third world country, but you get some third world people in here with a third world mentality. Did you see the Ring camera video? They ran up and kicked the door in with shotguns. Are you kidding me? You sitting here with your family trying to watch some Netflix, and they kicked the door in with a shotgun, like it was a Wild Wild West. They took over a whole complex. I said, wait a minute, this is America. What the day that happened? They should have sent the armed forces over there. The day it happened, but this fool somehow ended up over here, and he made camp here. And dudes in the building was like, yo, that guy's here? It was the guy from Colorado. We heard about it for a year already. He's all the way up here in the Bronx doing what? And dude was like, he's in my building? And guess what? The people that they asked, that they told about it, that some of the cats knew. They was like, yeah, I see them doing this. He said, yo, dude said, I was about to call ICE myself. But here's the thing. Joe Townsend says, question, how did they get those shotguns? Same place where the kids in Chicago got military issued firearms. Ain't none of them in the military. They were found in crates in the alleys. I talked about that. I have relatives out there. But wait a minute though. This dude, right, is over here operating in the Bronx. They asked 3 people that lived in that building. Dude said, I was about to call ICE myself. Dude is saying, nah, they got to get out of here. The other dude said, yo, this is happening in my building? Nah, get him out of here. Guess what, y'all? You want to take a stab at what ethnicity, what race the people they asked for, don't bother. Rhetorical question. They were all Latino. The part of the Bronx that I'm talking about is majority Latino. And they were openly saying, no, I'm about to call ICE myself. You know why? They don't want to deal with this stuff. They ain't on this. They know what. Listen, y'all. Listen. Stop acting like black people are the only people that keep each other accountable. Stop doing that, man. We know each other. We know each other, whether we're joking or whether we're serious. We know each other. Stop acting like Latinos aren't the same way. And I don't know what their ethnic backgrounds are. There was 3 Latins that they threw the mics in their face and they asked them questions. They could have been Puerto Rican. They could have been Dominican. It could have been somewhere. But what I do know is I'm listening to them talk. I say, yeah, they're from the Bronx, definitely. But there's no doubt in my mind they speak Spanish. There's no doubt in my mind. But they definitely from out here. But you know what's consistent? They don't want them there. You know why? Because they know their people. Now. Exactly, Tone. And again, they over here protesting, waving flags for a country that they don't want to go back to. Make that make sense. These cats better stop playing. Stop playing. It's ridiculous. There was no black people or white people in that video. And I know that area. It looked like University Avenue. There's barely any black people over there anymore. Exactly, Brother Reef. They're burning hours while they're protesting. Get out of here, man. Get out of here. Stop acting like people don't know each other. I've heard Indians talk about each other. I've heard Italians talk about each other. Get out of here, man. Stop acting like all these migrants are over here for the American dream. All this shit making the news. We're not making it up. As soon as they got here, they had prostitution rings. Of course they don't want them. Of course that chick from Honduras don't want them back. The prisons are empty. Their crime is down. Their money's up. And the migrants that are working, that are Hondurans, what are they doing? They're sending them home. We're funding their economy. I said this last week. I agree, Sid. And that's another thing, Sid, I like to point out. They got this building that they're putting up in the Bronx to house the illegals before they get them out. Don't send their ass here. Send them up the highway to Greenwich, Connecticut. See how that works. DS3, salute. Go ahead. Send them up to Greenwich, Connecticut. See how that works. They'll never do it. They'll never do it. You know why. It's ridiculous. There's a proper way to do things. And the people that are not complaining are the people that are here legally with green cards. They did the paperwork. They went through the process and they're here. And you know what they're saying? Those people, I'm from that same town. Yeah, what's it like? Well, you see, I'm here next to you, right? You see, I'm not there, right? I'd rather be here making $35,000 a year than where I was born, because it is messed up over there. They kidnap people and this and that. It's just better here. Down there, I ain't even have hot water. Now, I want y'all to think for a second. Everyone got mad at Trump when he called those ish-hole countries. Everyone was mad at his lingo. Okay. It was disrespectful. Okay. It was. But you know what? He wasn't lying. These places where these people are from, are you trying to go visit? I'm not. A little over 15 years ago, I was stoked. I said, man, I'm going to travel so much. I'm going to go here, I'm going to go here, I'm going to go here. Then I started to talk to people that have traveled, and they were like, yo, bro, a lot of these places, you can't leave a damn resort because it's dangerous, bro. It's dangerous. You know what I mean? And then some of these places you go, they just don't like black people. They just don't like black people, you know? So I'm not saying not to travel. I'm saying if I'm going to go, I'll go and stay on a resort. I'm not trying to go into town and visit anybody. I'm really not. I'll go for the weather. I'll stay on the beach. I'm cool on the resort. But I'm not trying to immerse myself into the damn culture. Worldwide we're hated. That's just me. So I'm cool. I'm cool living in a country that everyone's trying to get to. It's not perfect, but you know what? It's better than where they're from. Now, where's the lie? Where's the lie? It's better than where they're from. If it's not better, why are they trying to get here? So please stop talking about my country. Don't do that. I've had that happen a couple of times in my life. Someone talking bad about America, and their accent is the absolute worst. I was listening to this African dude on the bus one day. This was a long time ago. He was going through something, and he was talking about how, you know, he was having a hard time, and then he just started on his American rant, and I'm just looking at him. You know, I'm like, bro, first of all, I smelt you when you walked in the bus. And I'm listening to him like, bro, my God. My God, bro. You smell like cabbage. And I can only imagine that where you from, everybody smells like cabbage. And whatever you got going on here is not working out for you. And you're bad-mouthing the whole country that you've made. Ain't no one made you come here, bro. For all I know, your ancestors sold mine, and that's how I ended up here, for all I know. But if we're so messed up, why the hell are you here? Go home. Go home. Why are you coming here to wave your damn flag in my face? Because you're here, man. What is that? You're here. What are you doing? You know what? Rhetorical question. I don't care what you're doing. You got out here smelling like feet, ass, and onions. And you want to talk about America's bad? We ain't perfect, but it got to be better than where you from because your ass here. Dude was so black, he was purple. What you talking about? Yeah, I went to their place, and why did they do that to me? And I mean, America is so problematic. I was like, oh my God, what is that? What? Dude, seriously, shut up. Shut up. Seriously, stop talking. I put up with that. I could never go to your country and start talking about how messed up it is. A lot of those places, it's a crime. Go through the process and be here legally. It's because of these idiots that I go to, I've gone to certain like Walgreens or Rite Aid or whatever just to pick something up. And they got the deodorant and everything all locked up. I said, why is the lotion locked up? Yo, people are stealing like necessities, like from Procter & Gamble stuff. If y'all don't know, Procter & Gamble, They make soaps and lotions and all the stuff that we use. Now you got to lock them up because these people, a majority of them are migrants. This is what they told me. Loss prevention told me in a few stores. They coming up here and just snatching stuff and running out. We had to like contact a corporate, and they send people down here and they put glass cases with locks on it. You got to go there and press a button. And dude said he come down and he checked me out before he opened it. He said, okay, you know, you're obviously American. And I said, well, what does that mean, bro? He says, yo, you know, if you standing here looking all dusty, you know, English all bad, and if I ask you, what do you want? And you just pointing at something, you can't communicate with me. He said, 9 times out of 10, I'm not opening it unless you show me some money. Because these guys got us for millions in a month. Millions. Just stealing shit. And then you go up the block, that same dude got deodorant for sale on a table. On a table. He's just selling it. He just stole it out the store 2 blocks down, and now he's selling it. Knowing that if he does that in his country, you know, that warrants an ass whooping. They come here because we're so relaxed. And you be mad at Trump if you want, bro. You can be mad at him if you want. I'm over it, man. I really am. I'm in the city. I'm in the sanctuary city. They talking about housing 2,000 of these buffoons in my borough. Let them wander. I'm telling you right now, there's a lot of Frank Castles that are pissed off out here. If you know, you know what I mean by Frank Castles. There's a lot of Frank Castles out here. They're mad. Small business owners, they're pissed off. People that are like, yo, I gotta walk my child to school every day now. Before I used to let the kids walk up like 7 blocks to school. Now I'm looking at all these zombies out here like, what the hell? It's getting worse. Well, it was reverting back. Look, bro, I don't know what city y'all from. I don't know what city y'all from. But look, man. Yeah, exactly, Junior. They get beat on out there for that. But I know out here, the crack era, I was a teenager. There was certain blocks and hoods I didn't even go down because I'm like, this is nuts. I ain't never seen nothing like that. I never seen a dude spaced out in 10-degree weather with no shirt on, snatch a chain with one sneaker on. He snatched a chain and he take off like he was Usain Bolt. You can't catch him. That crack had people doing things that are nuts. This era was similar because these dudes are not on drugs. They just trying to survive. And they know that our laws, like the parties are knocking heads to the degree where, you know, the Republicans are fighting the Dems. But meanwhile, the Dems are in the House. They're controlling everything. You know what it was like? I'm going to tell you exactly what it was like. Democrats and Republicans fighting is like your mom and your pop driving a Cadillac down the highway, and they're having a fuss because somebody did something. But meanwhile, you and your brother in the back seat goofing off. Putting up the middle finger or whatever and saying cuss words under your breath, and they're not paying attention to you. You don't reach in the bag and grab one of dad's beers and opened it, and now you're chugging it. But mom and dad's in the front, driving in the passenger, and they're fussing, and they don't see you. You and your brother done got into the 6-pack and you're drinking it, and they don't even see. That's the migrant behavior. But meanwhile, the cooler head, the oldest cousin, is in the back saying, stop that. Hey, y'all driving? Y'all adults, y'all paying attention to the kids? You know what the older cousin is? The voters. Wake up, y'all.
What?
Because we showed them what was good. And black people, we voted for our best interest. All right. Now let me give you some quick stats. You know, I'm not even going to dwell on this. I want to keep it simple here. The same amount of black people. First of all, black people are what? We're like 13% of the population in the United States. Aren't Latinos outnumber? They outnumber us here, right? Do I have that right? All right, cool. Let's go with that. The same amount of people that voted Democrat this go round is the exact same amount of people who voted Democrat last time. So the sisters tried to blame black men for why Kamala not getting in the White House. That was debunked immediately. We didn't do it. In fact, the winner of the vote was the couch. I know a lot of brothers that didn't even go to the polls. They said, man, I ain't messing with Trump and I ain't messing with Kamala. I'm gonna sit my ass home. The couch rocked the vote. But we found out that the same amount of black men that voted Democrat is the exact same amount that voted Democrat this time. So you can't blame us. But I do remember something called Latinos for Trump. You remember that? We ain't had nothing to do with that. We ain't had nothing to do with that. I said, oh, the dude that, you know, is in charge of the Proud Boys, that guy's a Latino. We ain't had nothing to do with that. And then the number came out, 61% of the Latin vote went Republican. Excuse me. To the Mexican, the racist Mexican on TikTok, excuse me. Did you know all of this? I'm not making it up. That's just real. That's just real talk. I ain't making that up. So you can't blame us. You can, if you want to point the finger, you can point it at your people, dude. And as soon as that man got in the office, I'm telling you, that next week, they ice skating on your ass. And he looked past all of that. He looked past the Latino vote. He looked past all of these white folk calling you subhuman and went straight to black people. Listen, that comes to the territory getting roasted. That's what we do, apparently. But I got my popcorn. I'm going to see how you make it work, young man. You just mad. Your cousins can't get here. I want to know how many Latinos spoke out against the criminal activity, making y'all look bad. Because he's not removing only, he said my Mexican, my Latino brothers, my Venezuelans, my Argentinians, my Nicaraguans. Are you just worried about the Spanish-speaking migrants who are here illegally? Are you just concerned about them? Are you concerned about all migrants as a whole? Because I did see that Haitian dude get deported and he's trying to shout out Obama and everything else, and they got his ass. You say nothing about that. There's Ukraine. Oh, how about the Ukrainian women that are trying to offer 15 racks to black men, specifically black men, to smash, to impregnate them and create an anchor baby? You know, Trump tore that down too. More on that probably this week. There was a bunch of Ukrainian migrants. I saw them. They were way downtown in Manhattan. I said, what is this? Looking like villains from a goddamn John Wick movie. Standing there on a corner with tattoos on their face, smoking a cigarette. I'm like, what is this? What's going on here? Migrants. Guess what? Downtown Manhattan where they were, my boy worked down there. He was like, nah, it's cleaned up, bro. They gone. Either they just mingled in the city somewhere, but they ain't here no more. They rounding their ass up. But these Ukrainian chicks, and they're gonna find some simp ass dude to get it. You that thirsty for some tail that don't exist? Detroit, what up? Crazy stuff, man. He didn't say nothing about that white woman that called him subhuman. That was amazing. I said, look at that. You're just going to ignore. Okay, cool, bro. You're just going to ignore that? All right. That's cool. I know what time it is. That's cool. Y'all gotta go, man. Come here legally. Y'all gotta go. Selena Gomez crying. Man, shut up. Man up. Or woman up. Because I've been upset the last 4 years. I watched it, and I'm not like on some political stuff, but I did just things that I noticed, and I'm like, yo, this is not right, man. Who said it was okay for your child to violate themselves? Knowing that if you do it, they said, you do it, you think it's a good idea as a child, but then when you get older, you might start regretting it. Like a mental illness. You're enabling mental illness. A third gender. Telling grown men, if you feel like a woman, you're a woman. You're a transgender. So you can, at 6'5", 300 pounds, looking like Jarrell Miller with a wig on, use the ladies' room if need be. I mean, this is real stuff happening under Biden. I was like, what is this? Wait a minute. And again, I'm not like political like that, but y'all know I like to keep it simple. I'm like, hold on a minute. Think about it, y'all. Yeah, exactly, Ness, man. Non-binary. Come on, bro. Come on. Let me give y'all an example what I understood, because I purposely try not to learn this stuff, but it's in your face. I used to follow Janelle Monáe on Instagram. She's very talented, right? And I'm scrolling and I saw a picture with her boobs out, and I'm like, okay. And I scrolled down again, and I saw another picture with her boobs out. So I said, wait a minute. You can't do this. Or can you? Because she's doing it. And I said, why is she? Oh, I said, okay, maybe because she's like a musician and she's a movie star. And it's not that. You know what I found out? She identifies as non-binary online. So you can't penalize her because technically those are not boobs. That's just her chest. You heard what I said? So I said, hold on a minute. Wait a minute. Because she's a woman, you lay her down and it's the right time of the month and you skeet, she's reproducing. Granted, she's healthy. She's a woman. But because she says she's non-binary, they let her show her boobs on Instagram. Do y'all know I can't F-bomb? Or sometimes I'll type something and it says, warning, seems like you said something like this before. It can get flagged and we could take your Instagram. And I'll either have to leave it and take a chance, but if someone responds to me and don't like it, they flag it, I get in trouble. I go into freaking Instagram jail. Or I could just undo it and speak in code. I stay speaking in code. But I'm like, wait a minute. There's chicks on here, with their whole butt out. Janelle Monáe is out here talking about I'm non-binary with her boobs out. One F-bomb, I can't type for a week. And you wonder why the orange man got in the office. You wonder why. This is why. This y'all hear me say it, and I'm coining the phrase and I'm putting it on a shirt. This era is in error. This is the most soft, moist. Gen Z is so easily offended. Everything is inflammatory. They're all on medication. They got security dogs. You see Jared Anderson, his big ass. I said, what's that dog doing? He said, oh, he got a security animal. What? Excuse me? What's wrong with him? He's crazy. And I told you, I saw him in Vegas. He was walking through the casino, and I looked in his eyes. I was with Focus Ball, and I looked in his eyes, and I said, Focus Ball also said, yo, you want to go talk to me? I said, nah, let him walk. I looked, and I said, yo, he ain't look bugged out to you? Was he doing that on purpose? No. Well, I said, yo, maybe he did that because he don't want to talk to nobody. I know he had just fought, but he won. And I said, what the fuck is wrong with his face? I looked at Focus Ball and I said, you saw that? He said, yeah. I was like, bro, he didn't look right, but whatever. Whole couple of years later, I'm watching him on ESPN right before the Charles Martin fight, and I saw the dog and I said, what, and I think Neek J said, no, that's a security dog. What do you mean? 6'4", 230 something pounds, a boxer needs a security animal? What's wrong with him? And then I thought back, I said, oh man, I remember he had that look on his face. He looked crazy. I don't know if y'all ever met him, but I saw him. I looked at him for a good 30 seconds. I said, what the hell's wrong with him? He crazy. This is the Gen Z stuff. Ritalin. All of this stuff. I don't feel too good. Here, take this pill. No, you don't feel too good? Go to the gym. Work out. Stop eating the sugar. Change your diet. That's why you don't feel good. It's ridiculous. Kids are soft. And I watched this thing, man. I watched this whole thing, and I watched it. I watched the debates. In fact, I'm gonna tell you what I was more impressed with. I was more impressed with the vice president's debate. Go back and watch it. It was really good. I said, you know what? I like these guys better. I kind of like these guys better, but I said, man, you know what? I know how this is gonna go. No vote, no vucking. I was done then. It's all right, Mr. Tiptoe. No doubt. That's what men do, brother. Take care of that queen to be. That's right. Take care of that baby. That's what men do. You know what I mean? So, no vote, no vucking. If you don't vote for me, you're not black. I remember all of that. And then as soon as everything got real, I went to his site. I didn't read everything. I said, okay, well, this is what he's going to do. I see that. I said, okay. All right. Let's go see what Kamala's doing. Merch. Hats, shirts. I'm like, wait a minute. Then I went back 3 days later, same thing. And I said, oh boy, I have a bad feeling about this. They blew it, man. Oh, it's scrolling at the bottom, Mr. Tiptoe. It's scrolling at the bottom. You see it moving down there? $ Drew Titan LLC. I appreciate you, brother. $ Drew Titan LLC. And sign up to the Patreon if you care to do so. Sign up to the Patreon. Patreon.com/Drew Titan LLC. You're gonna get it raw and uncut and unedited. I appreciate you because we gotta move properly over here on YouTube. We're acting within the guidelines and the rules, and we are steadily disarming them. Man, if I could tell you, I really wish I could. You know what? I might spill the beans on Patreon. I might spill the beans on Patreon because they caught, brother. And I know they watch me. Shout out to Miguel. Shout out to Miguel. You watching Miguel?
¡Ay, Miguel! ¡Miguel!
Yeah, brother. There ain't nothing you could do, Miguel. There ain't nothing you could do. And let me say this. Let me park here for a second. Trump knows what's going on online because he was a victim of it. He knows what's going on because he was a victim of it. I'm just calling it down the middle. Now, look, man. Again, not a Trump guy. I remember the Central Park 5. One of those dudes lived a few blocks over from a relative of mine. You know what I mean? And salute to Mr. Tiptoe. He's a member. Strong House. Are you in the Strong House? Yeah, Strong House. Salute, brother. Much love and appreciation. Because y'all know I'm dual streaming on my other channel, the Painful Excellence Podcast. You know what I'm saying? I got two things going on here. Let me wrench up Ness Man right there. There you go. Welcome to the Pep Pack. You know, and let me give y'all some friendly advice. If you start doing content, right, you should always have 2 channels. I appreciate that, Mr. Tiptoe. Salute. Brother Reef says, 2 weeks ago, Trump said he was going to champion free speech. Yep. Listen, my block game is strong, so I'm cool. And my skin is thick, so I'm cool. The thing is, I don't like unfair treatment because there's a microscope on certain people and they enable others. And they do it because these guys are either in support of what they're talking about, and they can't stand when we critique or tell the truth about what they support. You understand? Yeah, no doubt. What I was saying, if y'all gonna do content, what y'all need to do is open up another channel right now. Open up another channel. You know what I'm saying? So let's say, for example, it's Mr. Tiptoe. Then you open up another channel, Mr. Tiptoe 2. And when you decide to do lives, you always dual stream. You go live on both your channels. You do that for a reason. I'm telling you that for a reason. I ain't gonna spill the beans here. Maybe when I talk about it, I'm gonna give the whole conversation on my Patreon. I'm gonna show y'all. These dudes done stepped in it. I'm gonna show y'all. I told y'all 2025 is gonna be different. And incidentally, this orange fella is gonna champion free speech. There's gonna be a lot of things they can't do. The people in charge of certain things, they're gonna have to answer questions. And they're not used to doing that, especially the people that you contact at YouTube. Nobody's on the same page, but more on that on my Patreon. I got a lot of things I gotta upload up there. You know what I mean? So anyway, ice, baby. Ice, baby. I'm with it. Get them out of there. I ain't got time to figure out who's a hardworking this person that I really don't care. This is about self-preservation. Oh, brother, the Patreon scrolling up down there too. www.patreon.com/Drew Titan LLC. Drew Titan LLC. $5 a month. You're going to get unedited content over there. I got a whole itinerary of stuff over there. And let me tell you, I did, 2 videos up there? Bro, I feel so free not having to worry about Miguel. Not have to worry about Miguel. I have to worry about YouTube. Was y'all here when I was going off on Ryan Garcia? And I wasn't like F-bombing or nothing like that. I was just hitting them with facts. And then they just pulled the plug on my damn live stream. I said, oh man, I got a strike. Normally when YouTube does that, you got a strike. I started a new live right up. I said, well, I ain't got no strike. I did a whole other live. I had like 500 people in here, literally. I was going crazy. They pulled the plug on it. I didn't even say anything crazy. I said, what the hell was that? So then I started a new live. 300 came back. So when that live was over, I hit them up like, yo, what was that? Nobody knew anything. And then when I saw going off, I'm like, yo, this happened, that happened. I said, well, who did it? The person I was talking to said, not me, in caps. I said, wait a minute. What you mean, not you? I ain't accuse you of anything. What's wrong with you? Man, they done stepped in it, brother. Now, back on topic. I want y'all to understand, 4 years under the Dems, I'm telling you how I saw things as a man. First of all, no president's perfect. On the outside looking in, as it works for me, the best interest. I told y'all the day I came home and I turned on MSNBC to see what's going on in the world. And I saw a bunch of Transformers bouncing around on the White House lawn. I thought it was a Saturday Night Live skit. I said, what is this? Why are they putting maxi pads in the boys' room? Why are they selling books? Why is mandatory reading in these, not even selling books, mandatory reading is about that broken wrist lifestyle, and it's made to sound like a children's book to be read to what? Children. Y'all saw this stuff? There was angry parents of all races and cultures and creeds at board meetings talking about, yo, I don't want my son or my daughter hearing this. This was the government, man. I said, hell no. No. Now, my kids are older, so they know certain things. But the books that, this was like to 5th graders, y'all. Tommy doesn't need to know, little Tommy Jr. don't need to know, be reading the book and need to know that Dougie and Stanley like each other like that. Murray, I know, bro. I know. And I agree with that. That's why that conversation gets deep, bro. Liquor stores in all our neighborhoods, fast food chains now in our neighborhoods. Before, there wasn't a McDonald's. McDonald's was a treat when I was growing up. There was one McDonald's and it was pretty far from where I lived. Either had to take a bus or be driven. You could walk, but you'd be walking forever. Now, there's 3 in my immediate area. There's a Burger King. There's a list of fast foods. There's a whole mall over here. They sell sugary stuffs. You know what I'm saying? They got, man, all this bad stuff is accessible now. Before, when I was growing up, it was a treat that you got like once every other month. Now everything is so accessible. Now they want to put a place with 2,000 migrants in it as if no one's going to get away. That's what they want to do. That's why I said, yo, send them up the highway to Greenwich, Connecticut. Somebody will bomb that place. Anthony, what up? Kane, what up? Somebody will bomb that place. That's how they handle it. That's how those folks handle it. You know what I mean by those folks? That's how them folks handle it. ICE came in there and did the job. So all this thing, and I know I'm all over the place, but just follow me. Think about what we had to deal with under the Dems reign. Were you satisfied? Did it affect your wallet in a positive manner? Ask yourself that. Now, if it didn't affect you either way, that's cool. That's cool. If the Transformers don't bother you, that's, you know, again, let me say this. Let me be clear. I'm not saying run up on them and do any of that. I'm not saying none of that. I'm saying that's your life. That's your life. Don't force the education system. Don't force that into the education system and use politics. Use politics to try and force your lifestyle into the minds of these kids. That's a problem. Yes, Shauna, in the Bronx, in our borough, they want to house 2,000 migrants for reasons I don't know and got people scared. And I think it's across the street from a school or something. Something like that. I forgot. This is disgusting behavior, man. Which one you subscribe to, Mr. Tiptoe? You on Drew Titan LLC. I got 2 channels, brother. I'll do that for a reason. Let me put up the Painful Excellence podcast. Go to my channel. Always dual stream, family. Always dual stream. Show them that you're competent and expose their incompetence. That's the link to Pep Talk. I just err on both because it proves a certain point. Yes, sir. It proves a certain point. What do I always say, family? Documentation beats conversation. Documentation beats conversation. Documentation beats conversation. Yeah, so I appreciate the support. Absolutely, I do. Anthony Jones says, my homie got killed by a migrant chick. They got in an argument and she went third world on him. Oh boy, that's horrible. But you know why she did that? Because she figured, yo, whatever they would do to me back wherever I'm from, they ain't gonna do it here. Now, hopefully they threw the book at her. But here's the funny part. Why are these countries acting like we're wrong for wanting to get rid of them and send these mofos back home? Shit, you don't want them. Why should we deal with them? How about this? Watch this, y'all. You know, now this is going to sound very barbaric, right? But feel me on this. Feel me on this. If you don't want them, in the government, we ask them, yo, you don't want them back? And they say no. You look, they can't stay here. You don't want them back? No. You keep them. You deal with them. They are a problem. I'm telling you, once we round them up, they're really not about to be our problem. We're just asking you, are you sure you don't want these people back? You don't? Okay. Well, if they're here illegally, that means we really ain't see them.
Whack, jack, smack.
I'll say it one more time. If they're here illegally, that means we really ain't see them.
Whack, jack, smack.
That means we could put them on a boat and we could say we're sending them to you and lose the boat. We could put them on a plane and say, all right, we're sending them back to you and lose the plane on the radar. I'm saying. And I think if that happens maybe a few dozen times, Where's the boat? It was headed back to Honduras. What happened to it? Don't know. It just vanished. Bermuda Triangle style. You know what I mean? Where the plane? It was supposed to land like an hour ago. We lost it on the radar. Where is it? I don't know. There's 50 people on there. Okay. Well, I don't know. You lost a big old jumbo jet? Yeah. I don't know. And I think that happens a few dozen times. Two things. Well, one thing. I think the cats in New York, at least out here, they were like, yo, listen, I'm going to go turn myself in. I'm going to save them the trouble. Nah, it's cool. It's cool, Mr. Tiptoe. It's cool. You in the strong house. You good. You good. You good. You good. You in the strong house. I got 2 channels. I got memberships available for 2 channels, but you good here. You good. You good. You good. You good. There is no wrong one. It's the right one. As long as it's my channel, it's the right one. You good. I'm not trying to drain nobody. I do tell people, rather than a super chat, and here's what you might not know, Mr. Tiptoe, when you build your channel to the point where you become monetized, every super chat you get, YouTube takes 30 cents of every dollar. So if you send me $1 super chat, for example, it's only 70 cents. $5 super chat, they take, 30% off the top. Which is why I'm telling my audience, I appreciate the memberships, but I would rather you sign up to the Patreon. You get a better bang for your buck, and you're not getting robbed over there. You're not getting robbed over there. You're getting everything unedited, right? I would tell everybody, I would rather, all my subscribers, $5 a month over there, or whatever you choose to donate over there, rather than a $5 super chat here and there, because you're paying people, these guys at Google and YouTube, you're paying them to not get notifications, to disrespect us as content creators, be very biased, lie to us. This is what they do. Shout out to Miguel. I know you're a liar, and I have proof, right? And while they're doing all of that, take a portion of the money that y'all are, sending to me to support, so I could buy new computers, new microphones, and things of that nature. So I'd rather, I tell people Venmo, Zelle, Cash App, or subscribe, follow me on Patreon. Keep the money out of the people that are goofing us around. I'm telling you, I'm gonna get so cold with this thing. I'm gonna have my own website. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna get so cold with this because you own that. I'm telling you. Yeah, you can find my Patreon. The link is there, brother. You know what I'm saying? I'm man, I got some stories to tell, bro. The conversations I'm gonna have over there, completely not for YouTube. Completely not. Thank goodness for Patreon. I felt so free when I put up that tank video. Ooh. When I gave my perspective as to why Ryan Garcia and Tank Davis are trauma bonding. Yeah. You play the music you want over there too. Anyway, let me get back to this. ICE is doing their thing and I support it. If you have kids, you have family, you support this move. Because these people, remember when Trump said they're not sending us their best people? Was he lying now? Remember when he was in office? They were, oh, you're so racist. Yeah. But he was right. He was right. Is he a douche? Probably. But is Hunter Biden a crackhead?
What?
Heard what I said? Is Hunter Biden a crackhead? They did not find some cocaine in the White House on the floor? That was a real story. That was a real story. I said, oh my goodness, what is going on? Never in the history that I know of, if y'all know better than me, please educate me. I don't know everything. Never in the history of any president was there drugs found and it was brought to the public. There may have been drugs in there before, but found and brought to the public? Man, that ain't good. Tiara Mack up in Rhode Island wanted to teach her first grader about the broken wrist community and wanted to teach her first grader how to masturbate. Remember when she was running for her seat in Rhode Island and she put out that video when she was twerking on her head at the beach wearing a thong? You remember that? And she's a part of that broken wrist community. She said, vote for Tiara Mack. I said, no, thank you. Everybody up there should be protesting her. Ridiculous stuff. Let me play some more of this.
Well, obviously, I've been speaking about sanctuary city policies for a long time now. And you see all the great work that the men and women of ICE have been doing in this administration. The problem is the sanctuary policies, basically, there's no cooperation with local law enforcement. So NYPD, unfortunately, can't cooperate with us on our administrative immigration cases. So when we had a unit that was based out of Rikers Island during the former Mayor de Blasio time, when they strengthened the sanctuary policies, they kicked the unit out of Rikers Island, which basically meant that those people that we would vet that were foreign-born aliens at the time, that we determined to be amenable to removal proceedings, we would take into custody. And, you know, on an average at that time, over 10 years ago, we were taking, you know, about 100 a month. So if you do the math, that's 100 a month. You're talking about 1,000 to 1,200 individuals that are now being released right back into the community.
Just correct.
Oh my God.
So the audience understands. So when there's a detainer put on a person, typically, if it's not a sanctuary city, you got a criminal alien that's in the jail. You just want to come and pick them up. As a result of the sanctuary city, you can't do that. So these people are back out in the public, and now you got to send a task force to go.
You know what? You hear this? I ain't gonna play no more. You hear this? You hear this? This is a problem. This is a problem. Now, what are you prepared to do as an American? Nah, Shauna, I ain't got to get used to this. Shauna says America's on the decline anyway, so get used to it. No, we don't. You know why? Frank Castle. That's the code word. Frank Castle, the Punisher. Now, I can't speak for anybody else, but I'm not going to sit there and allow another migrant to set a woman on fire. I ain't going to stand there like, you know, if I'm walking to work or walking anywhere and I see some dudes that are visibly not from here run up on somebody. No, I'm going to go upside their head. You know why? That's where I live. Now, Shauna, Trump's not going to jail. Get that out your mind. Don't do that. He's not going to jail. It's okay for you to wish for him to go to jail. I'm just saying. Yeah. Oh, Ness man, yeah, I agree. Yes, sir, Mr. Tiptoe. That's me. Appreciate you. You know what, Shauna? I'm not gonna hone in on the illegal stuff because and this is crazy. He's what we need right now. If Kamala was in this seat right now, these migrants would they'd be on your block right now, walking with their chest out. Get these dudes the F up out of here. Is Trump perfect? Hell no. But he got these clowns running scared. I'd rather them be running scared to a boat or to an airplane to go back to their country than to be here having my neighbors running scared. Now, I could take care of myself. I ain't gonna say much. I can take care of myself. My family can take care of themselves. What about my neighbor? Get these goons out of here. They're not our responsibility. And notice now, the presidents of these other countries don't even want them back. And Trump had to threaten them with tariffs. That's a whole nother show. And now they're backpedaling like, oh, wait, okay. Yeah, I know, okay. This guy's not playing with y'all. These guys ain't playing with y'all. But listen, I got to crash. I've been literally up since 4 in the morning. You know what I mean? I'm going to be posting content on my Patreon this weekend. You know what I mean? Oh, yeah, Brother Reef. Yeah, and I also heard in Chicago, the traffic got a lot better. These clowns, go home. All this protesting in the street. This ain't your country. What you protesting? And why you protesting while waving a flag for a country that you don't even want to go to anymore? You don't even want to live in anymore. You just want to be here and live off the fat of the land. That's the American dream for you, is actually being lazy. You want to be lazy. Ramona, how are you? Good to see you. I'm just about to close this up, but I'm going to holler at you. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Hold on, let me see something real quick. Good to see you, babe. Yeah. I know Ramona in real life, y'all. She's like 6 feet tall. Stilts. I'm gonna talk to you in a bit. But yo, listen, I'm gonna get up out of here, y'all. Salute to everybody, man. Go sign up to the Patreon. Y'all gonna get it raw and uncut. I got a story to tell. Man, but salute to y'all. And we working, man. And stay focused, stay safe. Don't let these migrants run up on you. Y'all, everyone should have ICE number in your phones. And don't let them shame you. Because right here in the Bronx, it was the Latinos talking about we was about to call ICE. You know why? They paid the price to be here. Some of them are born here, and some of them, I got a lot of Dominican friends that went through the proper process, and they're here legally. I ain't got no problem when you're here legally. I got a problem when you just trying to come over here and do whatever. And oh yeah, there's a conversation about Social Security. Migrants and Social Security. I got a whole live about that. We're going to cook on that. So don't let anyone tell you any different. With that being said, much love to all of y'all. Catch you on the rebound. Peace.
The Painful Excellence Podcast.